Hi
Hello.
guys, welcome to Alive, my search for the best ways to live. I'm your host, my name is Jigga Jr., and today our guests are the man and women behind the Cebu Citizens Initiative. We have Ana Conejero, Lilu Alino, and Cerwin Eviota. Thank you so much for making it, guys. Thank you, and hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Jiggy.
Oops, I think I got lost.
I can still see you, Cerwin. I can still see you, Cerwin.
Oh, God.
Anyway, this looks like an all-star cast of the best PR, the best communications people in Cebu. Are you there, Sharon? Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
I'm here.
Good, good.
Yeah, there
Aside
was
from
a
the
little
fact,
glitch in the
it's
internet.
okay, it's okay. Aside from the fact that they're from the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, they're also the people behind this Cebu Citizens Initiative. Now, Sir, explain to me, what is the Cebu Citizens Initiative? What is this all about?
It is actually a result of, we would put it that way, frustrations among us, various sectors, business sector, young professionals, even old professionals, ordinary people, special people. We were all frustrated about how Cebu has become, and it got aggravated when no less than our very own president referred to us as gahig ulo. Some resented, but we thought, hindi man sad ka nang gitawag na to resent, no? But we thought, tempo sa, dili ba ya? I think we are better than that. So we were just talking with each other by text, by SMS, by Messenger, and also Viber. And then we had the same sentiment. So when we thought, why don't we group together and then come up with something and then let's make a difference. So that is why it came to be originally Cebu COVID Citizens Initiative. But later on we thought maybe the group can also come back together if needed in the future. So we decided on Cebu Citizens Initiative.
Now, after forming the Cebu Citizens Initiative, one of the first things that came out of this group was a song, right? Am I correct in saying that? And
No, the song came later.
okay,
The discussion was, how could we come up with messaging that would be understood by the public, especially, we're not trying to discriminate them, but especially the uneducated ones. Those sector in our society nga kana bang ipamahala na lang bitaw and wouldn't, not necessarily, but wouldn't care, but because sa ilang mga kana bang paningkamot nga mabuhi ba, nga magpaka ni kanang mamugas, they have to go out, you know. So we got so frustrated about how things have become. So what we thought, I think we should give out messages to the people that would somehow appeal to them, call on them that we should be united, we should be in solidarity, and hopefully we can translate a change in behavior, that people would take seriously about washing hands, about wearing masks, about social distancing, and that people would not go out unnecessarily.
Yeah, it was like we needed to send out the message with the basic social distancing, hand washing, wearing of the mask, because there's too much communications, whether it's fake news, real news, you know, it was so complicated already and confusing. So we just wanted to send out the same message in the simplest form to as many people. So it came in waves, Jiggy. The first wave was posters and flyers, which Lilo and the chamber took care of in the design. And then the second wave is the song that we're hoping you will play later on. And we're hoping that it will hit the hearts of all the Cebuanos. And there will be other waves with different communication methods, just to tell the people that we are Cebuanos. We are not Gahit Ulo. We are very proud Cebuanos, and we can show that we can do this thing. together.
Actually,
So,
Jiggy, yeah, sorry.
go ahead, Cerwin. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We kicked this off last 4th of
June.
July with a pool broadcast. We got the support, and also part of us is the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas, of which Y101 is a member. We had a pool broadcast. It was initially planned as for 1 hour, but it ran for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And the main speaker then was our
Bishop
beloved
Palma.
Archbishop Jose Palma, and we had 3 COVID survivors who shared their experiences. Gituyo gyud nato ba para ang mga tao mabatyagan gyud bitaw nila nga hala no mao ay ning masakit og COVID. Hopefully maka-realize sila.
So a song came out of this group that everybody is talking about, Kinsa Paman Diay, and this is an all-star cast of the best and the brightest local
Divas.
artists. How did you put this together? How were you able to put all of these
Gigi.
great stars together, even though we have a pandemic and people can't get out? Anna, maybe you want to answer that. Go ahead.
No, let Cerwin answer that. Go ahead, Cerwin.
Okay, Cerwin.
Anyway,
Yeah.
as
Sir, will
we were
answer that.
as our core group was discussing, that someone suggested, how about the song? And then at first we thought of something like We Are the World way back in 1985, USA for Africa. And then way back in 1988 during the Olympics in Korea, there was this Hand in Hand. And we wanted the thrust of Linkin Park's In the End. And then in the discussion with the composer, Jude Gitamundo, we thought eventually on The Greatest Showman. And from there, we developed the idea. What was important, at first, Jude wanted to get what we would want to impart. So we bombarded Jude with the messaging,
All
what
the
we want to
messages.
happen. So it was even the whole night of discussion with Jude. And then eventually, he came up with the lyrics. And when we read the lyrics, wow, our jaw dropped because it truly kind of expressed what we really wanted ba.
Yes.
No? So
Jiggy,
much,
I would
please,
Go ahead,
Lilu.
Lilo.
okay. I would just like to go back first. No, when we did the messaging, we actually thought of 2 things that were very, very important because we were back to ECQ. And I would just like to go back to the statement of Cerwin when he said frustrated. We were all frustrated, especially the business group, no, the Cebu Chamber of Commerce. In fact, we actually put out an exhortation and appeal because it became very noisy. There were a lot of censure, criticisms, and it just backfired on all of us. And we always thought that during times of crisis, the Cebuanos especially had a very strong community spirit, a strong sense of community spirit, and it got lost. No, so we have to be able to win this war. This is actually war. And the first messaging was actually about health protocols. When you go to war, you actually have to fight. And when you fight with the health protocols, because this is another fight of our lives. This is like a great war. So we thought of doing, sorry, I had to go back to it, Cerwin. We had to go to the basics of infographics and put out health protocols because it's really very important. With the infographics, we put it out in the so many social media. But I was thinking, wow, Facebook. And people said Facebook are the grassroots there. Of course, the grassroots is already very much on Facebook. So we did a lot of ako, ikaw, kitang tanan ang solusyon, no? And then, of course, the pool broadcast. But I was so inspired by the statement of Pope Francis when he said, an emergency like COVID-19 is overcome in the first place by the antibodies of solidarity. So fighting is not fighting like criticizing fake news and all of those is not the way to go to war. It's more on being united and having solidarity in action. And that's why we have the Cebu Citizens Initiative. And so we have to deny the virus. But when we deny the virus, not only with health protocols, but unity. And this song that we have right now, Kinsa Paman Diay, really is a dream come true. No? Nindut kay siya, denying the virus, but with true unity. So, Cerwin, you can continue with the song.
So it was written by Jude Gitamundo, and
Yeah.
how long did he write this song? I know you were blown away. You were in tears when you heard the song for the lyrics for the first time. How long did he write the song?
It took him only a few days, not more than a week, when he
Wow.
gave the lyrics. And then after
And,
that, we were discussing about who will sing. So it was first a mix of male and female singers. But eventually, we told Jude, we trust in your creative discretion ba? And this is your design. We'd rather that you would have more freedom in putting the song into its finality. Then he thought of all female nga mga singers, all divas in fact, if you take a look at their names.
So who are these people in this song, Kinsa Paman Diay?
Okay, one is I think the youngest here is Yesha de la Calzada, and then we have Maria Donna, Annalise Sol from the Music Nuts fame of cities way back when. And we have Apple Abarquez. And then there's Jackie Chang. And we also have Monica Cuenco in the song. And then the Tawag ng Tanghalan champion, or was she a finalist 2 years ago, Mariel Montellano. And then we have Gail Blanco. And of course, Rocky Vega and Sherin Reyes. And then from the Z-Band fame, Eva Santos. And of course, Anna Feggy Brown and the Mandaue, it used to be Mandaue Children's Choir, pero nanagko naman. So it's now Mandaue Children and Youth Chorus.
Ooh, okay.
So how are you able to assemble these all-star artists in a recording studio? Was this done virtually, or were they physically brought to a recording
they
studio?
practice social distancing also.
No,
They also practice
proper
social distancing. Everybody, we will practice what we preach, Jiggy.
You'd be
Yeah.
amazed. You'd be amazed, Jiggy. Rocky Vegas in Hong Kong. Sherin Reyes in Quezon City. So they individually, of course, there's a demo,
Okay.
and then with it, the sound. So they listen to it and then they sing, with of course with the music in their ears, no.
Okay.
So they
So the editing na lang.
individually sang their
Sang the
lines,
song.
and the mix was magical. They were not there with each other,
Yes.
and even when they sang their lines, they didn't know who was singing the other lines, no. And then you see the mix. Oh, you'll be awed.
It's well
So-
produced, very beautiful.
Were you there? Were you guys witness to the process of the recording by Jude? And how long did it take for him to put this together? You mentioned he wrote this song for just 3 days, right? How about the putting together, the production, and all that stuff?
For the recording, first the selection of the singer took some time, maybe a week.
Okay.
And then the recording took it just a few days lang. The recording, individual recording. And then eventually
And the
it got,
editing.
it was mixed by a studio that's based in Canada.
Mixed by a studio based in Canada. And of course,
Yeah.
you now have released this song. In fact, it's been out for a few days now. Tell us
2 days pa
about
lang.
what's that?
2 days yet.
2 days. Tell us about the
No,
response
today's
of,
the
of the
third
song.
day,
Because
third day.
I saw that the song got about almost 150,000 views already, or likes already. Amazing, right? So
And about
what is the
4,000
Yeah,
response?
amazing in
today.
just 2 days.
Go ahead, Lilo.
It was just in 2 days.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
people were joking, Jiggy, nakahilak kong popcorn. Na really, it's so beautiful. It's the spirit of the Cebuano is there, and it's like a celebration. So
And
it's something to be proud of. It's something to really be proud of.
the
And
output was
I
actually beyond our expectations. If you would compare it to the emotions driven by We Are the World or even Magkaisa, I forgot to mention Magkaisa, the emotions there, even the original concept that was from The Greatest Showman, the emotion is really, you could really feel the emotions coming out. And then ang climax ba nga pasaka bitaw. So it really overwhelmed us. It was beyond our expectations. And you know what? No less than the maestro, Ryan Cayabyab, posted in his own Facebook praising the
Oh,
song.
he
How
did?
about that?
I
He
didn't know
did.
that.
He did.
He did. Well,
Yes, no less than Ryan
Congratulations.
Cayabyab. Come on. That must be something.
oh my.
So now that the song is out only for 2 days, and it's really received all of this great response from no less than Ryan Cayabyab, what's the end game? What do you want the song to accomplish? I know that the Cebu Citizens Initiative have a bigger goal, right? But for this particular song, what do you guys want to accomplish? Maybe Anna can answer that first.
We just want the Cebuanos to do their part, because we are the solution. We are the hope, for Cebu, for our businesses, for the community. If we don't behave or do the social distancing, wearing of masks, and this is basic, Jiggy, so we just want them to take it to heart that if they do their part, if each one of us does our part, then we will be able to pick up and move on. And, in maybe how many months, hopefully, we can be back or as close to a better norm, right? But it has to start with each one of us. It cannot be the government has to be the one to dictate. No, it has to be the Cebuanos themselves.
We have been in this hole before. We've had great calamities, great adversity in the city of Cebu. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. A few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, I got several phone calls while I was on the air asking for that song where we made during the Typhoon Ruping.
Yeah,
I think
Ruping,
it was
yeah.
called
I
We
remember
Are
that.
Cebu, right? It was a collaboration of all the biggest artists of the Cebu music scene back then. I don't know who can
Okay.
speak to this. I know that Lilu is familiar with this, and I'm sure
Yes,
Cerwin
I'm
and
very
Anna is.
familiar with the song.
Can you tell us the story of We Are Cebu and what happened to Cebu back then? Was it in 1998, 99?
Which one? Grouping?
Oh,
Grouping, yeah.
1991.
November
1991.
11, 1991. I was working in the hotel pa then.
Yeah.
Tell us the story of We Are
November
Cebu
11.
and Ruping and how we banded together, how that song galvanized the entire Cebu.
Oh, there was during grouping, the lights went off. My own residence for more than 30 days. Jiggy, no lights. Okay, the only streets or the attention was the streets that had a medical center were the first to receive the lights. Everything else, Cebu was really in total darkness. I always joke that the reason why the storm was called roofing was because a lot of the roofs started flying around. The galvanized irons were going all over. A lot of people lost their roofs. The streets were fallen trees. So it was at that time where collected, where businesses who had trucks or who had machinery to pick up the trees, clear the roads from fallen trees. I remember the time it was Governor
Lito Osmeña.
Yeah, Lito Osmeña, who was there. So he made arrangements, I think, with the VECO. So they sent people to try to fix the electricity, the problem right away. So it was an effort, It was really an effort. I was working for a hotel then, and the people who worked in the hotel, and I lived in the hotel then, so people who were working in the hotel had no waters at home. So they would ask me if they could take a shower in my bathroom, so in the hotel. So I said, sure. So there were like 30 women who would come in and out using the bathroom. So it was something I will never forget. But that song really helped. It kind of pushed people, you know, the spirit went up. It was so depressing, honestly. I really thought, oh no, what's going to happen to Cebu? But hey, we'll pick up, and we did. And we picked up and we became better than we were, you know, and we're hoping that this song will do that too.
Lilo,
Yeah.
what is your memory of that song, We Are Cebu?
We are Cebu. You know, there's a parallelism of what happened then and what happened now. People were so impacted, but more so now because we're severely impacted in terms of because I'm from the chamber, and we all know that you know, the jobs, the businesses are down, and our hotels, for example, tourism is very much
Down.
affected,
Okay.
just like before in the past, no. Uh, it's affected because, for instance, tourism, there's nothing to really speak of right now because we can't travel and we can't do tours. And
Hotels are closed.
I remember at that time in Ruping, uh, we didn't have lights, there was no school, and just like right now. But with that song, there is like Cebuanos getting together, that we have each other. We cannot surrender. This is like a fight that we all share. We are unsinkable as a Cebuano. The Cebuano spirit is alive. So that song really actually was an inspiration. So like now, ikaw, unsa to atong kanta?
Kinsa
Unsa to
Paman
Kinsa
atong
Paman
kanta,
Diay.
Erwin?
Kinsa
Kinsa
Paman.
Paman Diay. Who else? Kinsa Paman Diay. No, it talks like we can't depend on somebody else or other people. We have to depend on the Cebuano spirit that's unstoppable, unsinkable, and we have to empathize. Let's forget about criticism and noises and mga failures. Let's look at the future. With this song, it's telling us we are, ako, ikaw, kitang tanan. We are the solution to this problem. And we want to fight the pandemic, we can fight it together.
So the
Something
message
like
is
that.
Kinsa Paman Diay. So we have each other to rely on. But what do you want them, what do you want us to do?
We need each other to
So,
survive, Jiggy.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe you can explain
yeah.
to everyone what we want them to do. What we need each other to do.
Oh,
No?
this
Who
is a
wants to answer
war,
that?
right?
Yeah.
When you go to war, you have to have bullets, or you have to have, you know, strategy. And the strategy for this pandemic is you deny the virus by how? There are health protocols that are already proven. You just have to wear your mask when you go out. You just have to wash your hands regularly. You have to distance yourself because, frankly speaking, we were so scared that we became the epicenter in the Philippines of the virus, coronavirus. Now it's MECQ back in Manila. If we're not going to watch out in Cebu,
We'll go
because
back.
just like yesterday in the mall, nagpista na baya sa mall gapon, ha? So
Where?
what are we going to do? We have to be conscious that this fight is not over because we are GCQ, and maybe next few weeks we will be MGCQ and it's gone. No, there's no vaccine. This is something that we have to fight together until there is a proven a vaccine that will help us out. So deny the virus for ourselves, deny the virus for our family. We have to protect our family. Deny the virus for our community and for our organizations, like we're representing organizations like the chamber. I think Jiggy, I really need to mention who we are. We have the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry together here. We have the Cebu Medical Society, and in fact, the Cebu Medical Society gave us actually the materials how we will communicate the health protocol. So it is not something that we did by just ourselves. It was done by the doctors. No, so, and then we just made the materials according to the specification of the medical society. We have the KBP, and they have been already spreading the news. No, from our press conference, July 2, I think, July 4, we had a full
Like,
broadcast. And then right now, after this, we spread it out and everybody contributes by, you know, telling everyone how we will be able to protect ourselves. We have also Rotary, International District 3860. I think we have the SAYAP. We have JCI, and JCI na si Cerwin, huh? We have the University of San Carlos. They're very active. We have the CREBA, represented by Bobby. And then Inner Wheel. And we're going to, we also are joined by the Philippine Marketing Association. The communications group will be very active in this
there's
fight.
also a young group called Professionals for Active Citizenship and Transformation. You know, Jiggy, we were mentioning about war earlier. There's an irony. In a war, you need warm bodies to fight. And the way to fight is to behave. Meanwhile, ang atong kontra, di makitaan. Yan, kana nga di makitaan nga kontra nato also needs warm bodies. So if the warm bodies will just stay home, if the warm bodies will just wear masks, wash their hands always, and keep the distance, the virus only looks for warm bodies to survive. So if it could not touch a warm body, it will die. The virus, which is SARS-CoV-2, will just dissipate. So it's a matter of behavior. So we warm bodies to fight it and then deny the virus with the warm bodies.
You know, a lot of people in the world are saying that we can't beat this virus. We're just going to have to learn to live with it. Even if there is going to be a vaccine that is tested and works, you'll never know the next mutation, or the next coronavirus might appear, right? So how does the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry feel about business returning? How does a comeback look like?
We are already very busy doing the recovery programs. No, we are partnering, collaborating with the Cebu City because we need to do jobs. Okay, we are severely impacted in terms of jobs and job generation, and also you know, business itself. Okay, so we have to do a lot of projects and programs. We have collaboration with the city, and we also have with our own people, no? But let me just backtrack, no? Because we are trying now to work on workplace protocols, no? So because we're starting to come out with 50, diba? MECQ, 50%, most 50%. Of the companies are allowed, now 75% and some 100%. But, you know, it could be that the pandemic, the coronavirus will be in your offices. That's where you might even be, you know, get the virus from the exposure from your people. So you have to prepare your workplace. So there are protocols for different types of workplaces or companies or businesses, whether it's manufacturing or it's just plainly office. So there are already protocols, and we are trying to work that the offices and the companies will have their own HIPCO, meaning the health infectious disease officer. And there are also efforts on testing for the companies so that we will be able to identify who are vulnerable right now so that it will not spread more. So, but we're working with the city. That's and then we will be announcing some of the projects and programs with the city that that will help us recover in terms of business and in terms of jobs.
You know, one of the things that I notice when I watch international news TV, when I watch CNN, Fox News, and BBC, when they show footages of nations fighting the COVID-19 virus, I see a lot of billboards. I see a lot of visuals that are uniform and very powerful and you know, very concise, and it's beautifully crafted, obviously, from communications people like you. I feel that there is a need for more visual advertising, visual promotions, visual reminders of people when they go and walk to the mall, when they go and drive in the streets. I don't see that as much. And when I finally go to a place, it's different. You know, everybody's got a different way of presenting whatever it is. Wear mask, wash your hands, and all that stuff. Why aren't the designs all the same? Because I think it becomes more powerful if all of the designs, all of the messages are all the same, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the messages are the same, Jiggy. The recall lang is different because
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
makes their own designs, right?
Yeah.
So,
Is there a way for us to sort of send everybody a template of our messages, so everybody will follow the entire city of Cebu, and whoever wants to follow it, so we will have one very powerful message and one very powerful design?
I think the
Why not?
chamber.
Actually, it's actually the messaging that actually the materials that we have prepared are actually out there. But most of these were
Already in posters.
transmitted not through the social media and also through the radio. Okay, so but I agree with Jiggy. Perhaps we will. I think we will be able to get through that through billboards.
Yeah.
And then actually, ang ilahang ko and Jiggy, the comment was, will be out in the billboards, and the people are not out in the streets.
Are not
So
out, yeah.
they're in the
Actually,
social media. But
People are
as we
still
go,
at home.
the
as
transmission
we
of the
go through
virus will be
GCQ, through GCQ, we should have those already out, no?
traffic naman kayo ganina.
Mary
Roads
Ann is
traffic
just
naman
out
kayo.
there.
Well, yeah, there was traffic
but-
kanina.
Go on, Sad. Most of those with vehicles, this is just an assumption, no? But I think the probability is high. Most of those with vehicles, I think those who are conscious, which are us, no? Ang importante na to ang wala magsakay og mga private vehicles. So how do we reach out to them? So this song, Jiggy, we've started conversation, but we will still do a follow through. We've suggested it to the mayor of Cebu City, Mayor Edgardo Labella, and the vice mayor, Mike Rama, that kung pwede, ang mga barangay would be able to play this. Even kung wala sila sound system, bahalag trumpa. Or maybe na magrekorida ba, to really spread out the consciousness. And Anna also suggested to the group, and we're now rolling out that, Anna, no?
Yeah, the competition. We have a competition.
If what you saw in the MTV were the artists, but the artists are, di man sila ang atong mensahe. Sila naman ang padayag sa atong mensahe. So we want the images of COVID-19, the crisis it created, and the solution that we desire be expressed in a video using the song. So we're doing a contest for that, Jiggy.
So there's a contest on making the video of the song. How does one join the
That's the
competition?
third wave, Jig. That's the third wave, Jiggy. So
Okay.
now it's just the music. So the artists, we're very grateful to all the artists because they did it pro bono. Am I right, Cerwin?
Yeah.
Tama? Yeah. So the artists
Wow.
did this
Talent
pro bono
equity.
because, yeah, the talent, diba? And so the first wave we'll highlight the talents. And then the second wave now is where we're going to incorporate visuals into the music. So these are real scenarios of what is a COVID patient in the hospital. Then you see the sweat and tears of even our medical people. And, you know, it's going to show them the reality of COVID-19. So we're going to open it up to all the, photographers and videographers there to make an MTV type using this song. It has to be this song as the bedding, and then the visuals are something, we don't want them to go out and look for visuals. You know, they can get it from the footages that are already available. Yeah. So there will be a contest. We're going to launch it, I think by next week officially. Another press con.
We're still
Cerwin,
cooking on the
and then,
mechanics.
yeah, and then later on, we're hoping in 3 weeks or in a month's time, at least the new material will be out. Then we will knock on your door again, Jiggy, and Y101.
So the song is already out, and you already have a YouTube video, a YouTube audio, right, of the song. There's no video yet, but there are lyrics, right?
Yes, there's
Pero wala
There's a
siya video, na video.
There
na
is.
video.
It's a,
with with the
it's
with
a
the
video
artist.
that
Actually,
shows the artist.
the MTV that we produced was
Okay.
crafted by Kurt Fick of Fat Boy Productions.
Oh yeah, I know Kurt. So,
Mhm.
but this competition that you will do in your on your third wave, they will make another video of the song. So it's not like
Out
the
of the
song has no
song.
video.
Yeah. They're going to replace the current visuals into. They're gonna edit it and put in the visuals of the for the new material.
So if they want to
And then it,
show their support with a song, make sure you guys watch it on YouTube. What is the file called on YouTube, and where else can they find the song? Is it also on Spotify? I know it's being played by radio stations everywhere. Where else can they find the song so they can show their full support of
So
okay.
Kinsa Paman
first of
Diay?
all, the
Website.
video is in our Facebook page, the
Okay.
Cebu Citizens Initiative
Okay.
Facebook page. In YouTube, they just search for Kinsa Paman Diay, and they will
Okay.
find it right away on YouTube. Now, the composer Jude will also be posting it on Spotify. And he mentioned about
Gigi,
another one. I forgot.
you
Go ahead,
mentioned
Anna.
about you mentioned about the music that you made, Y101 made during the Ruping, remember?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
mentioned
Cebu.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was in English, okay?
Yeah.
This song is particularly in Cebuano because we want the Cebuanos, especially the BCD market, to really, absorb the message because they're the ones that needs to shape up and realize that they have a part, they themselves have a part in making this situation much better.
Wow. That
So
is
that's why it's in
a tall
Cebuano.
task. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
you mentioned that your third wave will be the video making competition and all that. What else is the Cebu Citizens Initiative doing? What else are your initiatives aside from all of these that we talked about?
Jiggy,
Yes, Alino?
everybody in Cebu Citizens Initiative are unstoppable. Okay, there's going to be so many waves. The only wave that we don't want is another pandemic wave.
Pandemic
Okay,
wave.
so we're even thinking, or we have animated materials. It's going to happen, and then I discussed it with you, Anna, and maybe Cerwin.
Yes.
We're looking at a group of people who are doing song with animated songs also that are more on health protocols, but very singable. So we look into that, and then so Jiggy was also emphasizing about the visual. We are, we are going to be out there with the visuals. We're going to do that. Okay, Anna, you talk to Alcordo.
I will, no problem.
Talk to
Yes,
our
man.
To all
partner.
the billboard
Kami,
companies, yes.
One
Actually,
consideration
of course, we're
here,
going to do that. We're going to do that, Jiggy.
Jiggy,
Because
one consideration here is ang
and here.
gasto. Kinsa may mo
Yeah.
Yeah,
gasto,
with
no?
no
In
budget.
other
Paman Diay.
countries, the government mo nagasto. Pero kani tingali ang mga dunay ikagasto mo ting atong ang iyon instead of their own together with their products, no? Itupad lang ba sato lang ang produkto. Maybe
That's why I
that
was asking
you
you
can
if there's a
always be
fundraising
creative.
component, because this something as ambitious as this, something as great as this, doesn't look like it's free. In fact, it looks like it's going to cost a lot. So that's why I was asking you if there's like a fundraising component. Maybe we can brainstorm on what kind of fundraising we can do, right?
actually, Jiggy, there were people who already asked about fundraising. They already asked how they can support and help. But at some point that we were discussing it, we don't want any financial support maybe as soon as we were able to finalize the mechanics for it, perhaps, because we have to be transparent and accountable as soon as money comes in. So at this point, we're relying on our pro bono friends.
Yes, of course. So
We
what
are
is
also pro bono.
to the Cebuanos out there who are watching this video, and maybe perhaps will be watching or listening to the song right after they watch this video. Let's start with you, Anna. What is your message to all the Cebuanos out there? Go ahead.
Hey, Gigi, can I ask you to play the song first so that you will see the You will see it, and I want to ask you how it hits you.
I've already heard it 10 times.
No,
I
but
was
you
on
have to
the.
see it.
I saw it too. Beautiful.
Okay, yes, okay.
What is your
yeah.
message to the Cebuano, Anna? Go ahead.
That I may not look it, but I'm a Cebuana, 100% Cebuana, okay? And I'm a proud Cebuana. I've always really thought the Cebuanos are something else, and we can overcome things like this. So I'm asking that the Cebuanos will just practice the basic health protocols of washing your hands, wearing a mask when you go outside, social distancing, and if you don't need to go outside, then stay home. We all need to sacrifice just to make sure that nobody else gets sick. Nobody else, this won't get worse for the rest of us. It's
How about
basic
you,
that.
Lilo? What's your message, Lilo? You have a message for the Cebuanos out there
Okay.
watching this?
So yeah, because I would like to repeat, the thrust really is on health protocols. That's the number one that we have to do to fight the pandemic. This is something that's a global enemy, a global menace. So it has to start with us. The second one is we can't fight it if we are not united. We have to be solid in action. Kinahanglan kitang tanan magtinabangay. Ako, ikaw, kita ang solusyon to fight the virus. We're in this together.
How about you, Cerwin? Sir?
Yeah, Jiggy, we have suffered so much over the past few months. Jobs, businesses have been lost. People are suffering, especially those who need to work every day, to feed their families. And in this crisis, no one is spared. We have lost so many of our friends already, Jiggy. Known people already died because of this pandemic. And some of our frontliners too. And many now suffer. And I hope wala na ang madugang pa nga nagsuffer. Those who survive continue to cope pa gani, no? I have a first degree cousin nga hantod karon maglisod pa mulihok, di pa siya ka-taste sa iyang makaon. Our doctors and frontliners in the medical field are already overwhelmed. Probably also our law enforcers already very tired. And there are some of them affected by the virus. So that is why, Jiggy, we're calling on our fellow Cebuanos to please take this pandemic, this crisis really seriously. COVID-19 virus only needs warm bodies, as I mentioned earlier, to thrive. In 2 weeks, it will die if it touches none. So munang atong mensahe is let us hang on. But we ask our kaigsuunang Cebuanon, let us do this truly in unity. And we ask everyone to stand in solidarity as a community to defeat the virus once and for all.
God bless you.
These three
God
people
bless you,
here in front
Cerwin.
of you guys are not only from the Cebu Citizens Initiative, they're also the best PR people, the best marketing people, the best communications people in the land. And if you want to take advantage of their services, make sure to get in touch with them. Anna, where can they get in touch with you on the socials and also wherever? Where can they get in touch with you, Anna Conejero?
My number, or if you
Whatever.
go to my if you go to my website, you'll get all the information there. It's graphic FX, advertising, and design. Otherwise, my phone is open 24/7 actually.
How about you, Lilu? Where can they get in touch with you, Lilu?
Oh, they can contact me through my email. It's lilo.alino@gmail.com. They can call my number. It's not a secret. It's 0917-655-0088. And okay, Jiggy, I wanted to say something about communication, but please ask Cerwin first.
Cerwin, where can they get in touch with you, Cerwin? Eviota, where can they get in touch with you?
The simplest that most of people already have access to is Facebook. So just search for my name, Cerwin T. Eviota, and just send me a messenger message. Otherwise, my what's this website is ctepr.com.
What's that again? You got cut out. What was that, Cerwin?
CTE, Charlie Tango Echo PR.com.
Okay. Yes, Lilo, you're about to say something.
No, I was about to say because you were curious about what's happening in the communications industry.
Yeah.
I remember a genius who said that you don't adapt by being the most intelligent, or it is if you know how to adapt. So you just have to adapt what's happening now. Some of my clients are in the tourism industry, but when you are going to have clients that are severely impacted, you also have to consider maybe to switch to what areas where there are winners. No,
Mhm.
right now our tourism industry are losers, and we are helping them as well. No, through the chamber. We're going to have, I can't promote that now, but there's going to be a Cebu Business Month that's tourism related.
Mhm.
And because we have to go digital for them, we're going to do virtual activities, virtual tours. But you have to look how you will be able to survive this crisis. According to uh, Jack Ma,
Uh,
that you just have to stay
have to,
alive.
yeah, this year.
Survive by staying alive. No more dreams yet. Our grand dreams will have to be postponed. We just have to
You
concentrate
profited.
on staying alive.
Yeah, you
Murag
profited already by
bintis, ha?
just
Would you like
staying
to speak
alive.
to that a little bit, Anna? How about you, about the communications industry in Cebu?
Well, it's greatly affected. I guess all industries have been greatly affected because of this. But I would like to think, I would like to think that this is not going to be the new norm. This is the abnormal situation, and I think when the vaccine comes in, and well, I'm very religious now, Jiki, so we won't accept that this is going to be the new norm. This is just an abnormal situation, and things should go back uh, to a better normal after. Mm-mm. So yeah,
God
How about you,
willing.
Cerwin?
communications. Yes, God willing.
God
Yes, God
willing.
willing.
How about you,
God
Cerwin?
is here.
Do you think the new normal, or the abnormal that it is now, when things go back to normal, do you think the communication industry will be very busy again, as busy as you were before the pandemic?
First of all, no one is
Message to
spared in this pandemic, no? And then you just have to be resilient, and then you just think about sustainability. And even in adversity, communication still thrive, Jiggy. It's just a matter of what your client would want to send out as a message. Maybe change in behavior in the pandemic can be one message, no? So we in this industry will just have to be creative and work
Yeah.
with our clients. Kung sa man ng ilang objectives, then we translate that. And then I think we could thrive even in adversity.
Yeah.
Okay, and where can they find the Cebu Citizens Initiative? Do you guys have a website, a Facebook page? I know that they can look for the song Kinsa Paman Diay on Spotify, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Do you guys have an official hashtag for the song and for the Cebu Citizens Initiative? Do you guys have a website and all that?
Yeah, we don't have a website, but we have a Facebook
Okay.
page, and that's Cebu Citizens Initiative. And for this song, our hashtag is Kinsa Paman Diay. And also, we just use the hashtag, which is part of the lyrics of the song, Sugbo Bangon. And
For the Cebu
after the
Citizens
pandemic,
Initiative,
it's what we should be doing. Sugbo
exactly.
Bangon, Sugbo Anon.
The Cebu City Initiative Facebook page, is it a community? Can I be your friend? Can I like it? How does that Facebook page account work?
Yes, please like the like the page. And if
Like
you don't
it.
mind, Jiggy, you
I sent
share
you
the
an
song.
invite.
You
Yeah, I
share the
sent you an
song in your
invite already,
personal
Jiggy.
profile and in Pilosopo podcast.
Okay. Cerwin, Eviota, Lilu, Alino, Anna Conejero, thank you so much for joining us here for a live. And I hope to catch you again in better times, hopefully when the virus is gone. If it's not, maybe we can talk again and talk about the third wave, the fourth wave of the Cebu Citizens Initiative, because I'm sure by the time we talk again, we've already arrested COVID-19.
We pray.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jiggy.
Thank you,
Praying,
guys.
praying, hoping.
You guys
Thank
are
you very much,
unbelievable.
Gigi.
Thank you. You guys are
We can
unbelievable.
do it.
Thank you
Thank you.
very
And then
much.
let's have our faith in God, Jiggy.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
We
You-
can do it. We
Crisis
Thank you.
can.
brings opportunities, Jiggy. Crisis brings opportunity because God's there.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys stay safe,
Thank
Salamat,
you.
okay?
Jiggy.
Bye
God
bye.
bless
Thank you,
you.
Jiggy.
God bless you, everybody.
With great adversity, with great pain, with great suffering, comes great works of art, comes great songs. With so much destruction wrought by COVID-19, Cebu City is in shambles. In the midst of all this rubble, of all this destruction, we will rise. And in fact, a song has risen. A song that hopefully will rally, will unite us as a people. So we can all sing together one song and ask ourselves the same one question that I think we know the answers to. Kinsa Paman Diay. Thank you so much. My name is Jiggy Jr., and you have been watching Alive, my search for the best ways to live. You guys take care now, okay?